So first of all, let's talk about the limitations of a digital business analytics today, and the fact that because of those limitations, it's impeding a comprehensive strategy for growth for your company. And that's both on the customer acquisition side and then also on the customer retention side. And there's even a third element to this, and that's the internal operations, right? Your internal productivity and efficiencies around customer success and operations efficiencies or inefficiencies. So today's customer acquisition and retention rely on outdated methods and limited information. And as a result, the reliance on gut instinct, which is to say that somebody's got to form an opinion or a hypothesis around what they perceive or think is the problem that you're contending with. In other words, I perceive or I think that there's an inefficiency here, or I perceive that this particular marketing campaign isn't working there, or that the product issue, right, that we've got a product issue over here. And so unfortunately, they'll come in with the opinions and then they'll go try and find the data to support that opinion. Unfortunately, that is what we call, right, an opinion-guided analytics. It's not data-driven, it's an opinion-driven. The other part of it is that the existing tools are siloed, and that's to say that you look at tools like Google Analytics, Amplitude or Pendo that are up at the top of the funnel, and those tools that I just mentioned, even a couple of them kind of start to go down into the product as well. And then you've got other tools like CRM solutions, amazing solutions like Salesforce or HubSpot, and several others. And then you've got amazing tools, again, event-driven type tools like New Relic or Datadog, Dynatrace, that are event reporting that will give you a health of how the system is working and how it's functioning. But unfortunately, those only give you snippets and parts, right, of what's going on in the customer journey and experience as they traverse or walk through your tools, starting at the very top of your sales funnel, all the way through the product and then down into the customer experience that they're having, either with your sales reps or with your customer success people, and even your customer service folks. These tools, again, all of them are amazing tools. They do an excellent job, but they are very siloed. And all of those tools are focused on what we call event reporting. And we'll get into what that means in just a quick second. The third challenge that you end up with in today's digital business analytics solutions or tools, they're not solutions, they're just tools. And that is that they require you to have your own data science team. And if you don't have a team doing this, right, a data science team, then unfortunately it's going to fall to your business analyst people or even yourself to have to spend the time divining what to look for, how to pull the data, and then how to formulate it into some meaningful set of analytics. But that can be very, very expensive. And typically a business analyst is going to run you anywhere between $100,000 to $120,000 fully loaded. A data scientist is going to run you typically $120,000 to $160,000 fully loaded. And then there's your time, right, as a manager or a director or even a VP. And again, the challenges there is that it can take weeks and oftentimes it actually takes months if you're trying to analyze product analytics to try and divine what you should go work on and what are driving customers to either buy your product or to leave the product or to stay with the product, or the sales funnel, what marketing campaigns are working, to identify where the efficiencies are happening or are not happening. But again, all of this starts with an opinion that then goes down to a set of data scientists to then go find the data to support that or to maybe argue or to refute the assumption. The other challenges are, number 4, there is existing tools only track events. What that means is that events is that somebody clicked this button or this thing occurred, let's say 1,000 times in the last 15 seconds, and then it happened another 25,000 times in the last 15 seconds. Well, the problem with that, of course, is that it's only telling you what happened, which means, first of all, that it's going to be reactive. So no matter what you do, you're reacting to what you're observing. And if you're going to try and be super proactive or try to be proactive about it, that means that somebody would have to be staring at that dashboard quite literally all day, every day. Or you can set up alerts to alert somebody that, hey, this feature isn't happening or people aren't using this. But again, the bigger challenge is that it's uncontextualized, which is to say that you don't know what the person's motivations were that led up to them clicking on that feature or that function or why that thing happened. And then you don't know what they did after that. And that is really the crux of the problem, if you will, across the board, is that all of the tools that are available today are focused on event reporting and the limitations of that event reporting, they try to compensate for by inviting you or requiring you to instrument everything and then to ingest petabytes worth of data, which is not only very expensive, and I mean really expensive, millions and millions of dollars worth of expense, but it's also very cumbersome and still requires you to have your own data science team internally to try and sort through or sift through all of that data to come to some sort of conclusions. Unfortunately, all that it still leaves you with is a reactive business or functioning digital business strategy, which is to say that you're reacting to how people are using a product or what they're doing with it or how this thing is occurring. But what you don't understand is what's the contextual, why did they do it? What were the motivations? And so therefore, a reactive, right, is what's available today out of the box for virtually all of the other tools except for Xenon Lab. Ours is a contextualized data collection engine that then enables the AI model to proactively prescribe how to drive better sales, right, higher sales numbers, and to improve upon marketing campaigns or sales funnels, to identify efficiencies or inefficiencies that may be existing. And again, we're using something that's actually pretty cool, and that's around the a success profile. And we'll talk about what that means here in just a moment. But this approach is akin to navigating a complex journey solely with a map and a compass, which is to say that you have certain points and landscape markers and different things that might give you some insights as to where you are on the map. But unfortunately, if you don't know where you're going or what you're headed for or what the outcome is that you're aiming at, unfortunately, you are going to run into some struggles with that.